90-Day Fiancé has a tendency to demonize long-distance relationships by pointing out all the flaws that come to surface when they couples finally meet each other face to face. The show is mostly known for couples who are toxic and downright cruel to one another. However, there are several couples who stood out to fans for their love and genuine respect for one another. Without the cameras and paparazzi, these couples still remained committed to one another. Amy and Danny. Amy and Danny had a relationship adored by fans because of the reality it brought to this often over-the-top reality TV show. While their love for each other was strong, they faced roadblocks during their 90 days from outside forces, including in-laws, racism, and abstinence. Despite it all, they demonstrated nothing but appreciation for each other's cultures and love for their future together. This is demonstrated when Amy's family flies into the States from Cape Cod. Danny is just as excited to see them as Amy is, and demonstrates this by greeting everyone with a loving hug. Justin and Evelyn's segment in the show was like watching a fairy tale. They were outside pressures that tried to get in the way of what they wanted, but together they held true to what they wanted in their relationship. This is usually too busy attributed to how close they are in age. When Justin surprised Evelyn with a trip on a hot air balloon, Evelyn came clean about some concerns she had for their wedding. She expressed that she actually did want his mother to attend, though that had both agreed that she wouldn't. Justin listened to his fiancé's desires, and they both agreed to make it happen. Brett and Daya. For some reason, fans and in-laws hesitate to acknowledge the authenticity of this couple. Despite this, Brett and Daya have built a relationship and family with love and care as its foundations. During their quarantine episode, Brett and their daughter Isabella surprised Daya with a birthday surprise. They woke the sleepy mom with homemade brownie, decorated by Brett and Isabella themselves. They couldn't do everything they wanted for Daya's birthday, but they made the most of it by spending quality time together. Melanie and Deaver were one of the most affectionate couples in the show. Their relationship was relatively new, and that didn't stop the couple from constantly showing their affection towards each other by holding hands, kissing cheeks, and expressing their commitment to each other. Their best moment was Deaver's introduction to Melanie's family. In a touching moment, all of the couple's previous concerns were put to rest when Melanie's family welcomed Deaver with open arms. When the family finally got to meet Deaver, they realized that their relationship was more than a phase. Lauren and Alexei's segment on the show was rocky to say the least. Despite their obvious love for each other, drama always seemed to find the 90-Day Fiancé popular couple in the worst circumstances. In an unforgettable moment between the two, Lauren and Alexei had an argument on the most important day of their lives, their wedding day. A bit of Alexei's type A personality came to the surface when Lauren wanted to take pictures with all of her guests. Their argument led to hurt feelings, disorganization, and miscommunication. Paola and Russ are proof that opposites really do attract. The conservative and the model ran into complications during the show because of their conflicting lifestyles. Their ability to work together and overcome these obstacles demonstrates how committed they are to one another. In one of their sweetest moments, Russ tried to introduce Paulo to a truly Western cuisine, calf fries. Paola got to ride on a horse for the first time and try a meal she'd never had before. Even though she was horrified by the food, it was a sweet moment between the both of them. Noon and Kyle. This couple wasn't the most dramatic of the season, but what they lack in drama they more than make up for in love. From their tearful reunion to their wedding, this relationship was like a fairy tale. To help Noon feel safe in her new country and state, Kyle took Noon to a gun range so she could get a license. To Kyle and audience's surprise, Noon was an almost perfect shot, even getting multiple headshots. Chantal and Pedro. Considered to be one of 90 Day Fiancé's most explosive couples to still be together, Chantal and Pedro had to literally fight to get to the altar. With all the pressure from in-laws to break up, the couple's relationship was tested every episode of their season. When Pedro realizes the hurt his family is bringing into Chantal's life, he begins to doubt himself and the beliefs he was raised with. In an emotional confrontation, Chantal forces Pedro to acknowledge the pain his own family is causing him. Kenny and Armando. Kenny and Armando have to be one of the most exciting couples on the show. COVID-19 and discrimination tried to halt their official marriage, but rather than wait for things to blow over, this couple fought back and used their time together to build their family, repairing some of the broken relationships along the way. When the couple was finally approved for marriage, they enthusiastically told all of their family, starting with their youngest daughter, Hannah. Kalani and Asuelu. Kalani and Asuelu had awkward moments in their season, but were a cute couple overall. It can be hard to understand balance when two people have different love languages. That didn't stop this couple from working through their differences until they both felt the gravity of their love for one another. Kalani confronts Asuelu about a misunderstanding at a dinner party. Kalani believed Asuelu was dismissing her concerns when all he wanted to do was cuddle after the incident. In actuality, Asuelu uses physical touch as a means of healing and growing closer with his loved ones. After they talked through it, the couple was able to come together with better understanding of one another.